This SEO strategy is the simplest and easiest way that you can boost your organic search revenue with SEO. Now, it's the same strategy I've used among all the clients that I've worked with, including this one here and this one where we've added $66,000 per month in organic search revenue. This one where we added $19,000 over 9 months in organic search revenue. And finally, this one here where we doubled their search revenue from Google in just 4 months. All real brands, real examples. I want to show you today exactly how we've done it. So the super fun strategy is internal linking. Now, a lot of people either don't do any internal linking or they do it completely wrong. So in this video, I wanted to show you again how to do internal linking properly for your e-commerce store so you can make more money from Google search. Now, the concept of internal linking is where you have all these different pages on your website that you are linking to and from across your website, right? It's an easy way to spread link juice, link authority across your site, and it helps Google crawl your site much faster and much more intently. Now, the whole point here is we want to point to Google where users should end up. And so when we look at this is our funnel. You know, we love funnels in SEO and marketing. And so we want to link down the funnel. So we want to link from the pages that are less important at the top, which are your blogs, to the pages that are slightly more important, which are your collections, and again, further down to the pages that are the most important and where you make all the dollars, which is your product pages or the bottom of funnel pages. Now this, first of all, it helps users navigate to those pages. If they're on your site in a blog, say, you want to link them to a collection or a product because that's where you're going to make the money. You're not going to make money on a blog page. But what it also does is it gives Google this positive enforcement that these are the important pages. These are the pages that we want ranking. Whereas if we just kept linking to the blogs, what's going to happen is Google's going to think, okay, this blog has lots of links to it, so it must be important. Let's prioritize that page. That's not necessarily true. We want to get people from blogs to your collections and from collections down to your products. So how do we actually do that? And how do you do it so it's natural and that you don't just overdo it either? So the first thing, which I've already covered, is linking down your funnel. That is crucial and it is super important, where you want to make sure that you get people to your product pages. That's step one. Step two is making sure that you're linking within the same kind of content pillar. So I've got this example here, which is a fishing tackle shop, and I wanted to show you on their site how they're using the internal linking to help people get to where they want to be and help Google understand what's on their site. So the first thing is your homepage. This is the most important page when it comes to internal linking on your site. And so you'll notice that in our little diagram here, we don't have homepage listed. Homepage is kind of, I don't really place it within the funnel. It's kind of an external page that is just kind of the boss, essentially. You know, that's where everything comes from. And what you want is you want to make sure that all your product pages are ideally within 4 to 5 clicks at the absolute most of your homepage, probably even less, probably 3 clicks. And so to do that, you want to make sure that if there are links from your homepage to all these pages, that's where having these other links will end up showing people the product pages through your internal linking. Hopefully that made sense. So what this store is doing here, you'll see they've got a really great kind of mega menu, if you want to call it that, or just big navigation menu with all these different links to all their different things. Now this is great. This is what you want on your site, and especially if you've got an e-commerce site, linking to your main collections. You see they've got their sub collections here and their main collections at the top and so forth. So first of all, they've got lots of navigational links there, which is great. Also, as you can see through their store, they've got their main, probably their main collections that they would make the most money from, linked from the on-page content as well. So not just from your navigation, but from the on-page content. So first of all, we've got Shop Now, which goes to a specials page. That's not really the most important. But if we go down, fishing reels is their first link here. Then fishing rods is their second link. Then fishing lures. Now that makes sense. These, I would imagine, are the top 3. And then we've got gear, top 3 or 4 most important pages where they make the most money. And so you want to link to those from the offset on your homepage. First of all, when you have links higher on a page, they're slightly more important. So that's great that they're doing this first. And second of all, as I said, your homepage is the most important page. So it has a lot of weight and a lot of authority. So if you're linking to your fishing reels page, that passes on a lot of that authority, which is great. So if we go in and have a look at their fishing reels page, you see they've got good structure there. They've got all their products. And then if we scroll down to the bottom, once they get through all their pages, I believe they have good content. Now we can see here, they've obviously got some, SEO text here, and they're talking about different reels and so forth. Now, there was a few different internal links and different ways that they've done this. First of all, you've got here a link to a blog. Now, I wouldn't necessarily do this. Again, this is linking up the funnel. If we go back, this is a collection page and they're linking to a blog. Now, from our kind of cheat sheet here, they're going this way, which is not exactly what you want to do. There may be some reason to do that depending on the niche, but more often than not, you shouldn't be linking back that way. You should be linking down. So first of all, maybe they haven't done it exactly correct. But I'll find the other example I saw before. So here we go. Here's another example. It's bait runner reels. So this is a sub collection of their reels. We've got other fishing reels and then bait style runner reels, whatever this is. And then you go down, they've got some content here. Now you'll have a look and you'll see there's not too many links, which is good. You don't want to go over the top with it. But you can see here, they've linked into their top brands, which is Pen. Obviously that's a brand that they sell. The one that I like down here is, can you cast lures with bait run reel, blah, 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 a standard spinning reel. Now they've got an internal link to their spinning reels there. Now, bait runner reels and spinning reels, I don't know much about fishing, but I'm going to assume they're within the same kind of category, which is good. You want to link to that. So if they were linking from their bait runner reels to a completely random reel or to rods or lures, it doesn't make as much sense. You want to link to similar products and similar kind of collections within. And so if we go to the spinning reel page now, so now that we're on the spinning reel page, you go down to the bottom and you'll see they've got some more content as well after all these products. So they've got some more content in here. And so this one here, they've got shop by reel size. And so now they're linking to their small spinning reels and medium spinning reels and large spinning reels. So again, this makes sense. They're on the reel page. You want to link to the medium, small, large, whatever. So let's go medium. Let's have a look at that. So now we're on the medium size spinning reels collection page. If you scroll down, you actually notice that there isn't, not that I can see, isn't any internal links on this page. Now you might think that maybe that's not the best, but it's actually pretty smart because really, you see what I just did there. I did 2 or 3 clicks to kind of get to this spot. And if I've made that many clicks, this is getting to be a bottom of funnel page. Like this is a pretty specific collection page. And so to be looking for medium sized spinning reels, a person is probably in the right spot if they're on this page. And so what we want to do is we want them to buy. And so that's where they've got all their products and so forth. So what you can see here with the breadcrumbs they've got as well, you've gone from home to reels, to spinning reels, to medium size. There's not really more that flows on from that. So making sure that you understand how things work into your different content pillars. Obviously this kind of works into the spinning reels, which works into the reels content. That's kind of one pillar there. You want to do your internal linking in between all of that kind of stuff. That's kind of step 1 and step 2, linking down the funnel and linking within your content pillars. And step 3 is linking from your blogs to your products. And what I like to kind of look at here is calling this basically your supportive content, right? So doing your down the funnel and your content pillars is kind of not basic, but it's pretty run of the mill. Like it makes sense why you would do that. And so now we want to boost all of this kind of internal linking that we've done and boost all this SEO performance by supporting all these links with blog content. Because if you just go straight from blogs to collections and collections to products, it's pretty linear. And over time, it doesn't look as natural perhaps. So what we want to do is we also want to link kind of, down the funnel still, but skipping a step from blogs to products. So I'll show you another example of that here. Now I'm on Road here. They're not going to let me show my face for some reason, but if we have a look, this is on their kind of news or their blog page, right? And so if I click into one here, this is using timecode on the Canon C70 with the Wireless Pro. Now, Wireless Pro is one of their popular products that they have. And so once we click into this blog, you will see that they're talking about the Wireless Pro. Now, the idea here is, as I said, we want to do supportive content. Here I am again. We want to do supportive content from your blogs and support the products by giving them some extra internal links. And what this does is, first of all, it helps boost your kind of link authority to that site. But also blogs are much more likely to get a backlink than collection pages or products. And so by having our blogs linked to our collections and linked to our product pages, what this does is this flows on with our kind of link juice, we like to call it, where if we have some juice that comes to your blogs, it's going to flow into there, it's going to flow into there. It kind of is a tier 2 way of improving your products, basically. And so what they've done here, again, my face will disappear, but what they've done here is they've written a blog about the Canon C70 with the Wireless Pro. And you can see in the very first sentence, again, at the top of the page, they are linked to their Wireless Pro product. And if you have a look throughout the blog here, they've got Road Central, which is their app. They're not really linking to much else. So it's obviously a pretty minimal app and there's not much to it. But again, this is strategic to boost the Wireless Pro in its performance, because by having the supportive content, Rode are kind of subsequently helping boost that overall performance. So I can talk from experience and say that this stuff actually works, and it does help your SEO performance. It might just take a little bit of time, or you might not really notice that it's happening, but the more that you produce blogs, the more that you produce new collections, the more that you internally link to all these different things, over time, your SEO performance will continue to grow. And internal linking is just the cheapest and most easiest and most efficient way that you can boost your SEO performance, because by doing this, you're just making your site infrastructure so clean and making it so easy for Google to crawl across your site and understand what pages are important and understand what pages are within each different pillar. So yeah, it is just a simple, easy way to boost your SEO performance. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you want someone to nerd out on this and you don't have to worry about it, click the first link in the description. You can book a call with me, we can have a chat, and I can do this for you. If not, make sure you subscribe and leave a like, comment if there's anything that you want covered when it comes to SEO. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.